Hello and welcome to the Facebook live stream of the annual Papillion Days Parade in Papillion, Nebraska. We welcome everyone in the Omaha metro area, across the state, across the plains, and of course anywhere in the country or in the world where you might be watching this. We know we have some military people who are stationed overseas who are from the Papillion area, and I know that there are people in other states who call Papillion their original home and they've moved on and they're living their lives elsewhere. But we at the city of Papillion welcome you. Right now, though, we'd like to play for you a quick informational video sponsored by the Papillion Community Foundation.
The Papillion Community Foundation was founded in 1997 to continue the time-honored traditions of Papillion Days and the Old German Christmas. Today, the foundation has transformed these events to serve a dual purpose. First, they are the anchors in the community's calendar to gather each year, and second, they serve as the leading source of funds to support the foundation's mission. The mission of the Papillion Community Foundation is to identify, develop, and support programs that enhance the quality of life in Papillion, Nebraska. The Foundation's volunteer board of directors has established 4 cornerstones that the mission will target: education, veteran services, mental health, and community sustainability. Each cornerstone provides solid footing for the Foundation to assess, implement, and support programs and projects through the community to maximize the impact of the charitable dollars under the Foundation's care. These dollars support the internal programming efforts of the Foundation and the ability to connect and collaborate with partners throughout the community. This connection starts with the Foundation's community events.
Papillion Days has been a part of Papillion's history for over 75 years. While serving as the primary source of revenue for the Foundation, Papillion Days also highlights the best of our local community by drawing visitors into the city's vibrant downtown corridor. Visitors can shop the market in the park, enjoy rides at the carnival, listen to local bands at opening night at Sumter Amphitheater, take in the annual fireworks display, or attend the parade. Papillion Days has been named one of America's top 10 small festivals by Reader's Digest. Even better than this, Papillion Days supports numerous local organizations and programming efforts at the Foundation.
What started as the Old German Christmas to honor the heritage of many of Papillion's founding families has now transformed into Winter Wonderland. Winter Wonderland plays a similar role to Papillion Days, but with a completely different atmosphere. For one magical night each November, downtown Papillion is transformed into a scene from a Hallmark movie. Hot chocolate stands, carriage rides, a lighting ceremony, and so much more draw the community in to celebrate the holiday spirit. Winter Wonderland is kept free or at a low cost to all that attend, all thanks to the year-round support the Foundation receives from numerous partners.
Veterans Park is a physical reminder in the heart of downtown Papillion that represents the long legacy of service and sacrifice in Papillion. The Papillion Community Foundation, along with the City of Papillion, are partners in Veterans Park. This Blue Star Memorial is an incredible tribute to those who have served in the armed forces from Sarpy County. It is a place where veterans, their families, and the citizens of Sarpy County can come to reflect, remember, and find peace.
The Foundation is honored to partner with the 50 Mile March Foundation. The 50 Mile March was started in 2020 by a dedicated group of volunteers who wanted to raise awareness around the needs of the veterans in our community. Each year, qualifying walkers march 50-plus miles from Lincoln to Omaha to raise funds and awareness for homeless veterans and veterans with mental health challenges. Similarly, the Foundation also supports the nonprofit Moving Veterans Forward. This program is entirely devoted to helping homeless veterans in Nebraska and Iowa by placing them into safe homes. The main goal is to establish our continued commitment to helping our brothers and sisters in arms find solid ground. Through the generous donations of our community, this goal can be accomplished.
Every program, event, and partnership at the Papillion Community Foundation seeks to support each cornerstone of our mission. This mission is critical to the success of the foundation and the growing needs of our community. We seek to create a community where everyone feels at home.
Look at that. Okay, we're getting ready now for the start of the parade, and it'll be led off by the Papillion Fire Department. Of course, we have a new chief here. He's only been in the seat for a couple months. He replaced Bill Bose, the longtime and first full-time fire chief. This first pickup is being driven by the deputy chief, Jeff Jones, but Rob Gotch is the new fire department. We already mentioned Jeff Jones. The EMS manager is Carol Gupton. And, of course, you can't do anything without a good, solid admin. And I got to give a shout-out to my buddy, Diane Carlson, who handles all the admin for the Papillion Fire Department.
And since you've been gone, we got a new position that handles a lot of the PR for the police and fire. That was Bryn in the back of the truck taking pictures, too.
Okay, now, see, that's what happens when you retire. You don't stay up on all the changes. So, yeah, thank you, Michael.
Added a new position.
This is where you're really valuable for me. But, and of course, Papillion.
There's Rob here coming.
Yes, Chief Gotch right here. And Papillion, of course, known for its white fire trucks, whereas most fire trucks traditionally are that fire engine red.
Yep.
But Papillion is known for its, and I told Bill Bose this, and I sent him pictures of it. As an NFL fan, Michael, you will understand when I say Foxborough.
Sure, yeah.
Their fire department has white trucks, too.
And Denver has some as well. There's about 6 or 7. I did a story on why the white trucks. I talked to Jack Miller, the surviving brother of the Miller brothers, and he talked a lot about how, it was cheaper. It was cheaper to paint them white. And so the first time they got that first truck put together, after they'd raised all the money to put the truck together, they wanted to be able to paint it. But red's expensive.
Yeah.
Any color's expensive. White's not expensive, so that's why. Everybody's standing up because the flag's coming by.
Yeah, it's going to be the Harry Bossard Papillion American Legion Post 32 that was actually formed in 1919. All right, World War I.
Yep.
The Legion, of course, is the largest veterans professional organization. It still lobbies in Congress today, and they're a nonprofit organization run by, obviously, veteran volunteers. Through membership, fundraising, and private donations, they support veterans and their families, as well as the community and youth programs in the area. And they are Veterans Strengthening America.
I am a member of the Post 32 American Legion, and we did a great thing this year on a Sunday where they called around to all these veterans just to see how they were doing. It was a welfare check.
Yes.
And it's awesome because sometimes people just want to know that people care about them, and that's what the folks did there at the Legion.
Yeah, and I know, of course, I've become friendly over the years with a lot of members and people associated. They even one Veterans Day. They asked me to be the keynote speaker at their Veterans Day event, and that was truly humbling. It was awesome.
And then you get the roar of the engines.
Yeah, here come the Freedom Riders. They've become a major part of a lot of veteran organizations, and they're loud and proud, as they like to say. They're loud and proud.
It's about 80% Harley, right? 90% Harley?
Yeah, I'd say.
Mostly Harley, yeah.
I'm waiting someday for somebody to have an Indian or Norton Indian or something.
Oh, those are beautiful bikes.
Bring it back a little bit.
Beautiful bikes. Yeah. Steve McQueen drove one of those.
That's right, he did.
There's your Grand Marshal.
Yeah, Margaret White. Anybody who has spent any time at Papillion knows who Margaret White is, and there she is in the lead car.
She has the biggest smile on her face today.
She's a go-getter. You want to talk about somebody with a positive attitude. She's the owner, of course, of the Papillion Fun Park. Been around for 33 and a half years. She's also president of the Papillion Community Foundation. Member of the St. Columkille Music Ministry since 1987. She has 5 children, 7 grandkids. She's also been winner of the Best Partnership Teachers Award, Business Leader of the Year, as well as Volunteer of the Year. Our Grand Marshal, Margaret White.
Plus, she was nice enough to put us up. We did an Explore Papillion from there. We played some mini golf.
Michael's really mad at me because I missed his hole-in-one.
Oh, he did miss the hole-in-one. Hey, look, I'm going to get a shot right here. Trent, get the shot.
Okay.
One of our police officers, one of the best dudes in the business, is retiring after 21 years on the Papillion force, doing everything. I mean, he's a photographer. He's been in different parts of the organization, and now a lieutenant. Chris Goley's retiring after 21 years.
And he was our first canine officer.
Yes, and he still trains people now, yeah.
Yeah, so now Matt Alsasser is going to have to undertake that. But, yeah, there's Chris right there in his civilian clothes. I found out just the other day that he was retiring. I didn't realize that. But, yeah, he was a great guy. He helped me to learn a lot about canine and how that all works.
Oh, look at that. The mayor's bringing you some dum-dums.
Wow,
it's dum-dums. He's bringing us. And look, Trent didn't get a dum-dum. I should feel good. You should want a Smartie, Trent, not a dum-dum.
I didn't get one.
Of course, this is our council members. Mayor David Black, obviously well-known for a long time in the city. Tom Mumgard and Bob Stubbe from Ward 4. Ward 1 as the newest member, Dave Fanslaw with Jim Glover. Ward 2 is Jason Gaines and Steve Enberg. Ward 3, Luann Kluk. And, of course, Tom Mumgard. So
the young woman riding in the driver's seat of the cart that's going by for the youth council, she won an award for the position she's in. Yeah. Yep.
Very good.
That's pretty cool.
I will admit I'm not as familiar with the youth council as I used to be, but that is really, really nice to know. Of course, the Community Foundation is also a big part of Papillion, because without them, there'd be no Papillion Days, there'd be no parade.
Exactly.
And I love that logo that they have with the big monarch butterfly and all that.
Papillion Animal Hospital, yeah.
Yep. It's a family-owned veterinary hospital, by the way. It focuses on strengthening the human-animal bond
look
for
at
better
that.
health.
Gummy bears. Give me a gummy bear. Give me one of them gummy bears. Grab me a gummy bear. Thank you. Thank you. You're all right. Look at that.
Oh, boy.
Harborough, the best.
Brother.
They're the best.
All right, that's it. Roll credits. We're done.
I'm good to go.
But the animal hospital, again, they're dedicated to growing relationships within our community by building on values of honesty, of honest, friendly, and dependable patient-focused services. Next up, Papillion Orthodontics.
You know what we could use more of? Some more dentist office and orthodontics.
Yeah.
We don't have enough. we could use some more.
Don't get into that.
You got to open some more of those up.
Don't
Come
get
on.
into that.
That's
Let's talk
amazing.
civilian conversation.
It's amazing how that happens, though, in a town. But anyway, everyone deserves to smile as brightly as the summer sun.
Yes, sir.
As it comes out now. And in Papillion family-owned business, Papillion Orthodontics, you can't wait to help you achieve a more confident smile. Next up is the Belvedere Polish Home.
Yeah.
Storied history for this place. This building is just a little bit south of City Hall.
I'm surprised they're here today because they partied all night last night. I am so surprised.
Well,
That polka band was killing it.
All night long.
oh, yeah. I mean, how can you not like that kind of music?
Do they look tired today?
Oh, they're rocking and
They're a
rolling
little winded.
now. Yeah. But it was formed, Polish Home Inc. was formed in October 1933 and officially incorporated in early 1934. It has nearly 600 members. Polish Home is celebrating 90 years of Polish culture and heritage in the Omaha area. Polish Home Inc. moved to its current location in downtown Papillion in 1999. Matter of fact, just before I started with Papillion Vision, it's located at 201 East 1st Street. So,
Hear your people.
yeah, the Vietnam Veterans of America. I had great conversation with those guys. There's my Navy buddy right there. They obviously big organization, represents a lot of people, and won't go through the history of our social attitude during that time. All I can tell you is while I was in, wasn't necessarily. We'll move on.
We're going to recognize them, though.
Yeah,
Nebraska
that's
Vietnam
right.
Veterans Memorial will be open in about a year.
That's right.
And we're very excited about that. All the money, all the funding's there, and we are going to have that. It's going to be beautiful when it opens up.
And I remember
right behind Sumter.
when they were looking for the area, and we found out that we got it in Papillion. It was just
awesome.
so great, and I was there for the groundbreaking. It was incredible.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh, there's Andy Armadillo, and he's from the Texas Roadhouse. And they want you to know that there's hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and fresh baked bread. So join them tomorrow to celebrate Father's Day between 10 and noon.
How many of those rolls do you eat before you actually eat your
Well,
meal?
that's the problem. Because
That's
then
my
I get my
problem.
Oh,
main meal, and now what?
They should be throwing rolls.
We just saw the Town and Country Humane Society, and representing the rescue were Diane and Bob McCraw, along with Marilyn Weller. And I know Marilyn plays softball with her husband, Bill. We're in that Nebraska Senior League. And
Here's the Chevy.
Yep. Phil Tackett, Officer Phil Tackett. And I got a story about that 57 Chevy. We went to a DARE conference in Nashville one year, and they had all kinds of cars there. And they were all high-tech, and they were like Mustangs and Chargers. The 57 Chevy won first place.
Oh, I bet it did.
Oh, it was awesome.
Well, you got OT driving it, so that makes
Yeah.
a big difference, too.
Is that a Bamer?
There is. His family's right here, too. He's waving to the family.
Yep. He gets the easy job after working double time last night. Adam does.
Yep.
And then right behind Adam is John Hughes in his 57 Chevy. So we got two 57 Chevys a car apart. Classic cars, no question. Of course, John's got that did they have a 327 in the 57? I don't know my
I'm
cars
not sure
that
it was
well.
a 327.
But
I thought that was a Ford.
Yeah, 329. I don't know. I'm showing my ignorance, but that's a good-looking car, man. Right behind him, right behind John Hughes, is Cheers Athletics Omaha Booster Club, and they got a black Camaro going.
Oh my goodness, she is up there.
Yeah, look at that. But the Cheers Athletic is the world's most decorated cheer program. It's now located in Omaha. Cheer Athletics Omaha is located off of 144th and Highway 370, so it's just west of here. 30,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility offers tumbling, specialty classes, rec, and elite cheer teams for ages 3 and up. In the 22-23 season, 3 of Omaha's teams placed top 10 in the world. Wow. Yeah. The iconic Cats placed 3rd in the world out of 100 teams in their division. So for more information on how to join the Cheers Athletics family, visit their website, cheersathletics.com/Omaha, and come be part of the best of the best. Next, a place that's close to my heart, Trinity Village. I have been able to be associated with so many of the people out there. And it's a great facility here in Papillion, just west of downtown. And, of course, it's for senior citizens. They have independent and assisted living apartment homes. And the residents there enjoy a relaxed, worry-free lifestyle every day with outstanding services and amenities. I remember they started the Senior Olympics, and then they had Senior Prom. It was amazing. Then they had a Wii bowling league, and I went over there and I'm shooting footage, and these people are in front of the computer screen with the Wii control. And
It's so much fun.
Oh, it's great.
Look at Joe Hunter, Executive Director of the Papillion Community Foundation, and about 13 years old.
Yeah, perpetually. He looks like he's 13. Last night at the dinner, he didn't want to tell what his age was, because he didn't want to let people know he had to have a note from his mom to be out that late.
I do not believe that he can rent a car legally.
Oh, yeah,
I do not believe he's 25.
That's right. Right behind Trinity Village, another place for assisted living in Papillion that's just a little north of the downtown area on the west side 84th. It's called Well Life Assisted Living. And they like to bill themselves as a good-looking group of senior citizens.
That is a great bio.
Okay, right behind Well Life, Michael and I were talking about this earlier. They flip-flop who's first and who brings up the end of the
I
parade.
think South ended up going first at Winter Wonderland.
Yeah,
so that's why they're going.
But the Monarch Marching Band is right here. You can hear them behind us. They're proud to represent the communities of Papillion and La Vista, and they're leading off the parade essentially. The Monarch Band program offers a comprehensive music experience for all of their students. And they'd like to thank the community for their continued support of music in the schools.
It's so important, man. It's so important to have music in the schools. You know, each one of us, you find your own clique when you go to school, you know. Some of us, we're athletes, some were in debate team. A lot of them are in music and show choir, and that's where you find your people. You know, I got an 8th grader that's getting ready to go to Central High School, and he's going to be in the band. And they've already had 2 or 3 events where they all got together and you met, and it's your people.
Right.
And that's why music in schools and arts in schools are so important, because we can't just all be geometry and chemistry and biology. If you do that, you drive the kids crazy. You got to give them something for their heart, you know, for their soul, and that's what this is.
Did you just practice what you said last night? Did you just practice that all night?
That was really good.
Holy cow, man. That was incredible.
It means a lot, man, because I know that I have friends growing up that just they couldn't fit in.
Right. No,
And you find something. And
Yeah.
my kid's like that. He found it with video games and e-gaming. You got to have all that stuff there for every kid who's going through there.
No, you're right.
We got to take care of them.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard? They're our future.
Yeah. Just in case you haven't heard.
They are our future. Yes.
And then here come the Monarchs cheer squad.
So the people, I was at an event yesterday. We were talking about the history of Papillion Days, and they used to wear all of these. People in the band wore these wool outfits in the middle of the summer.
Yep.
And one of the ladies was like, I saw them this year, and all they had on was T-shirts and shorts, and she was all sad. She's like, I was sweating so badly. They have on T-shirts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from that generation. When I was in the drum line in my high school band, we had those heavy things. We're doing Memorial Day parade
Oh,
and
yeah.
the 4th of
the
July.
big puffy hat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We did marching band with the big puffy
Oh,
hats.
those
my
things.
Those have a
goodness.
name. What do they call those hats? It's got a weird name, like a scrump hat or something
Oh,
like that.
you mean the
It's-
big, the big fur hat? Yeah.
Only you would want to know the term
I was
for
curious for the name of the hat. I want to know the hat.
Well, for those of us who
Guess what?
who have actually surfed, here comes Surf's Up Pediatric Dentistry.
Yeah.
So we want you to hang loose at Surf's Up Pediatric Dentistry at Papillion.
The reason they're like this, Surf's Up, is because the main dentist is from Florida. He's a
Ah.
Gator kid
Okay.
who decided to move. He was an original adult dentist, went in to become pediatric dentist, that said, you know what, I would love to move to Nebraska, believe it or not. Found this in Papillion, and that's why the Surf Up theme, because he's from Florida.
And that's cool. That's cool. I know you wouldn't believe this, but I was an East Coast surfer when I was
I
a teenager.
completely believe that.
Man, that was-
Freezing surfing is
Yeah,
what that's
you're
called.
right.
yeah.
Yeah. It's 90 degrees outside and the water's 65.
Exactly. Oh, it's a Chick-fil-A gun!
Chick-fil-A!
Oh, Chick-fil-A gun! You never want to get shot with anything, but you know Chick-fil-A ain't bad.
Eat more chicken.
There you go.
I'm glad I got a couple professionals who can hold their composure when Chick-fil-A
It doesn't take much. When I leave here, I am going to the kolache factory. I've already put my order in to pick up for the family, so I think food about 90% of the day.
Right, going right by us is our neighbors to City Hall, the Sarpy YMCA. They proudly serve Papillion, Bellevue, and La Vista, surrounding communities for over 25 years. They work to strengthen our communities by focusing on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. That's the Sarpy Y.
You ever remember the Y? Have you ever been?
Not here, but I have been in the
Yeah,
past.
we downtown Y for about 10 years, the whole family. It's really good.
My kids have played Y basketball. We remember there for a while.
They're awesome.
Yeah, it's great place.
Okay, the Sarpy County GOP. Actually, I know one of the people who are in the parade. The Republican Party stands for the freedom of the individual to thrive in this, the greatest nation on earth. And we are grateful for our Constitution that ensures every person the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And here comes Donnie Bacon.
Yeah, and walking with the people in the parade are State Senator John Arch from
Yep.
this area, along with Party Chairman Nora Sandine. And Nora is a world-class bell ringer, like in a bell
Oh,
choir.
yeah, I watched that. I saw the story.
She
yeah,
is
that's
a
awesome.
world-class, and she and another woman I know, the director of the bell choir at our church, Juanita Thorough, they go around doing duets.
That's incredible.
And they ring all these bells, just the two of them. But Nora is incredible on her own. Mike, here's some of our brothers and sisters, the U.S. Air Force recruiting. And
I don't want to say anything bad about a branch of the military, so I won't.
okay, but I talked to these folks before the parade, and I told them that's how I ended up in Omaha. The United States Navy sent me to Omaha on recruiting duty, so I get it. But the Air Force recruiting staff and U.S. Space Force recruiting works 24 hours a day, man. They're trying to get the top people to get them in the military. Don Bacon, as Michael had talked about just a few minutes ago, Don, 30-year Air Force veteran and retired brigadier general. He commanded the 55th Wing at Offutt Air Force Base. He's now fighting for you in Congress to deliver lower taxes, support American businesses, and defend our national security. And, of course, Don loves his hometown of Papillion, and he appreciates your support. That's Don Bacon. Last time I think I saw Don was at It was an event in downtown Omaha with General Mattis was the guest speaker.
We had an event recently called the Nation of Patriots Tour. It was over at Sumter where they take a flag around all the states over 115 days. He arrived in his Harley. He drove up on his Harley, had his Harley gear on and everything, and spoke at the event. That, by the way, that'll be back in September. The flag will come back for the homecoming over at Sumter.
No, that's awesome.
It's a really cool organization. All the money, all the proceeds go back to veterans organizations.
Now coming up, I'm probably one of how many thousand people that are I have an account with First National Bank of Omaha, so I'm very familiar with this little piggy bank logo.
I always know that when you go to a Creighton game and they have that scene where everybody puts their card up,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my God, everybody's got this for their bank. Here are your people again, Tori.
That's right, the Filipino Heritage Foundation. These are my peeps. Quick story, my dad immigrated from the Philippine Islands. I'm a first-generation American. But when I walk up to them and tell them I'm Filipino, they look at me and I always say, you don't look it.
You don't look it. You don't look it.
That's right. But Filipino Heritage Scholarship Foundation, it's a solid organization. It's been in the metro area for many, many years. Followed by Miss Nebraska 2023.
USA. Jane Rozier.
Yeah, wait till I tell my daughter's a Filipino girl is Miss Nebraska. They will love that. But
who's this? Miss FHF 2023?
I think that's a surprise entry.
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
admit, I don't have anything.
They just pulled up and rolled in the parade.
Yeah, we'll let you
That's
in.
how you got to do it
Yeah.
sometimes. And then
Papillion Junior Women's Club.
Yeah.
Oh, Carla Rupiper leading the charge. Look at that driver, man.
Oh, there's Amber.
Amber, city administrator, Amber Powers.
I call her Carla Pay to the Rupiper.
Carla painted the roof. Man.
You got to be from the 60s to understand the music reference.
But the Junior Women's Club has been around for a long time. They do so many things, and they are such a boon in addition to Papillion and just in general.
No doubt.
They've been around since what? Papillion Day started in 47,
Yep.
and Junior Women's Club has been there.
Yep.
They do the duck derby. We don't want to call it the duck derby, but
Duck paddle now,
the
man.
duck paddle and the kitty
Duck paddle
parade.
now. Yep.
And the kitty parade is so much fun. I've been watching those kids in the parade and the different themes they have.
Trent's cousin, Papio Pete, actually pulled one of the ducks this year.
Did
It was
he?
just a $100 duck.
Oh,
It wasn't
only
overly
$100.
important.
And the Sky High Bouncing just went by. They're a locally family-owned bounce house rental company. And family-owned businesses, boy, I tell you, Mayor Black loves that.
Yes, definitely.
Family-owned local businesses. So you can take your party up a notch with the popular white and modern bounce houses and balloons. Check them out on Facebook.
Our house is, I said this to you last year, 1929 is when our house was built. So the people we use more than anything else, the plumbers are coming. We use the plumbers to come clean out the floor drain and everything else.
And that would be Major Drain.
That's Major Drain.
Right.
They take care of it. Before that, though, you got
you got Hamilton Heights Child Development Center, and at Hamilton Heights, they work hard every day to create a warm and nurturing environment that is necessary for learning, growing, and developing. And we look forward to partnering with you as we nature children's wonder. But Major Drain, and Michael is, I guess, real good friends with them.
Yes,
When you think about
we've employed them a few times.
Yeah, because, see, this is where the Johnny Rogers Scholarship would work for me because I need to learn those skills.
Yes.
I mean, I can't do any of that
Yes,
stuff. I'm
yes.
always paying guys like Major Drain.
Yeah, that's why you go to Metro, you get yourself a trade job. You about 3 years, you're no longer an apprentice, and you're making about $80,000 a year. Not bad.
But, the guys at Major Drain, they get it because they say it's never a good day when you have to call us. But
That is true.
when you do, make sure it's somebody you can trust.
That's right.
So the team at Major Drain is just what you're looking for. Major Drain is proud to celebrate with and support the city of Papillion.
And they're throwing Sour Patch Kids, so you know they're good people.
Yeah.
If they're throwing Sour Patch Kids, they're good people.
I love the
look
logo.
at the doggy in the window.
Oh, yeah.
The doggy in the
And,
window.
of course, it's with the Hulk logo.
Oh,
The dog is
yeah.
with the
Look at the
Hulk.
doggy in the window.
Wow. Hey, Poochie. Man, he's a good-looking dog.
Yeah, he is.
Thick, too.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Like you, thick.
Yeah, I'm thick, but in the head, I'm thick in the head. That's what my kids tell me. I love the way the major drain vans are logoed.
They are
Look at that.
They are decked out. You got an alien one.
Yeah, you get, man.
And then I guess that number 12 is for one of the NASCAR racers, maybe?
Yeah, that looks like a NASCAR.
Who's a 12? I don't know who's 12.
I don't know.
My NASCAR's knowledge isn't great right now.
Yeah.
I know 8 was his junior,
Yeah.
and then 3 was his dad,
Yeah.
and then 24 was Gordon.
Yeah, well, you couldn't miss that
That's
one.
about it. That's all I got.
Oh, man.
Although they had that one. What was the Mark Martin? What's Mark Martin's number? 21?
Wasn't he 6?
Was he 6?
Yeah.
We'll go
He
with
had the
Trey.
Viagra car, didn't he?
He was the Valvoline car before that Viagra car. Yeah.
Yeah. Next one.
Why do you gotta go there?
I'm just saying. That's what he was.
Now we're going to get all kinds of calls
One
and
more.
stuff from
No.
NASCAR people. They're
No.
gonna-
One more
What's
week.
wrong with you? Okay, this is a really fun part of the
I do
parade.
love this. Yeah.
RNC LCC. This collection represents a smaller horsepower tractor from each brand. And some of these tractors have implements with them, obviously. Tractors were made around the end of World War II, and they were purchased to replace a team of horses.
And people.
Yes, the tractors are driven by Ron and Carlene Mader, along with their daughters, sons-in-law, their grandchildren, and friends of the family. And they got all these tractors. They refurbished them. They restored them. And they keep them in their collection. A great piece of not just American history, specifically Nebraska and Papillion area
The
history.
tractor's actually a fairly sad story for our country because you'd have 3 or 4 families living on a farm, and they would work the farm. And they'd live there, and that's how it worked. You know, they gave them food, they gave them board, and they worked the farm. The tractor came along, and you went from having 5 families to only having one family.
Yeah, you're right.
And it really led to a major loss of jobs around the 1940s. But what happened was we had World War II. Everybody went out to World War II, and then when we came back, we had all the new industry, so it kind of turned over. But there was a stretch there where there were a lot of people out of work because the tractor came along.
Michael is so uplifting with his information. Yeah, we got.
Oh man, someday I want to join a tractor club. There's a John Deere 50 sitting in my parents' shed.
Oh, is it fixed up or no?
It's repainted. It needs put back together though.
Oh, nice.
It's got some pieces. It's in parts currently.
Get a hold of the Maters. Maybe they could help you. Oh,
Toe Mater?
Yeah, Toe Mater. Toe Mater. Larry. Larry the
Toe
Cable
Mater.
Guy. There they are, the local baseball team, the Omaha Storm Chasers. They play just down the road off of 370 at Warner Park. They have daily specials, promotions, theme nights, exclusive memberships, and more. So it's hard to find a reason not to go. Of course, Marty Cadero and the gang out there. Jurassic Park Motor Pool celebrating the 30th anniversary of the film this year.
Oh, they're bringing sandwiches by. Sorry.
And that would be Jimmy John's.
Oh, yeah.
That would be Jimmy John's throwing out those sandwiches. Well, what a job, man.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I missed it. Left hand. I can't believe I missed it. I dropped something.
Walking down the street,
I caught
throwing
mine,
food at
Michael.
people.
I know, it never happens. That left hand thing, I guess. I'm officially old. I dropped the sandwich.
Well, so Jimmy John's, of course, freshly sliced ingredients for subs so snappy, and they'll make your mouths happy. They have incredible bread.
That was a nice ride.
Yeah, the bread.
Yeah, their bread is the closest
Isn't
to
that
French
crazy?
bread you can find in town.
Right.
What I grew up with.
Here comes another.
What is it? What is it? Hold on. What is it?
Orthodontics.
Oh,
That's what I was going to say.
nice.
Holly Orthodontics.
Man, look at Holly.
This Jimmy John sandwich is hitting the spot.
Oh, they're the best.
That's what I get for sitting in the middle. They didn't throw me one, so that's okay. I don't need the calories.
I was gonna say you're pulling the ship here, Tori. We can't have you. eating
Yeah,
a
you can be
sandwich
chewing.
right now.
You're right. I'm lucky. I am able to sip water in between, though, so that's good.
Well, I'll just tell another story about a sad time in American history, and you can drink then.
Remember the Chicago fire?
Yeah. You know what? Never liked that town anyway.
Yeah, jeez.
That's why it's called the Second City.
Yeah, I know. You're right. You're right. But for those of you who don't know, Michael is a big Cajun guy. He's
I am, Tori, not to correct you, I am a Creole guy.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I am not
You're-
a Cajun.
you're Creole.
We're two different groups of people, two
I
different kinds of
understand
food.
I know.
I'm a
I know.
Creole. They're the
guy.
Cajuns. See, the Cajuns are the coonasses, right? And we are the Creoles. We make the gumbo. That's an official phrase. Don't look at me like that. That's an official phrase. Look it up on Wikipedia, which is the source of everything.
Yeah, you do know you only have 6 days left here. Now you know why. Yeah, you're right. And
They're the best,
I
though.
do apologize for that.
Oh, they're the
You
best.
are Creole descent.
If it wasn't for them, we would never be eating boiled crawfish.
Yeah, I
They
know.
decided, you know what? Let's boil this and eat it. And we're like, okay, sounds good to me.
Okay, while we were busy bad-mouthing the Cajuns, we got, let's see, a couple people are out of order here, so I am
Tangier
totally.
Circus?
Let's see, did the Dedication Dance Company go by yet?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, okay, so we got to make mention for them, and they're passionate about their teaching dance and empowering their students. So they do classes and programs for students ages 3 to 19. So get there as soon as you can, is what they say.
He's blowing a horn at you.
Here comes the Shriners, and I say this lovingly because I know several people who are Shriners. How
Yeah.
can you not? But they're in every parade.
They're the best.
Known to man. Terry Nelson, their Oriental guide, is just going by. So they always have they have all these different organizations. They have their motorcycles. They have their vets, their classic vets. They have the clowns, the Keystone Cop thing, the little roadsters. And they just they light up any parade. And obviously the Shriners do a great job with Did you ever make that trip to the Shriners Hospital up in Minnesota?
I have not been there.
I got to go there a couple of times.
not been there.
With the Shrine Bowl teams from Nebraska.
That's
And,
awesome.
yeah, when you go there, I mean, you think you know what they do
I know.
here, but when you go there,
Yeah.
and if you don't get emotional while you're there, then your heart's not beating because it's just incredible. And speaking of the hospital, here comes the hospital float.
I've been to the one in Cincinnati.
Oh, so you have been
I've been to
to
one in Cincinnati,
Oh,
yes,
all right.
yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't go as part of the Shrine Bowl or anything. We went there with one of my kids.
Yeah, I went there at Minneapolis, and great people, great passion.
So I was looking on the Facebook,
Okay.
and obviously it's been a little while. There's some people who have hopped on Facebook. We've got Tori Pantalian in the driver's seat right here. Michael Severe over there running camera, and I'm Trent Albers, communications director here for the city of Papillion. Just to let you know
okay.
who's here.
All right.
There's a couple questions. Who's talking?
That's a professional reset right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's pause for station identification. You're watching Papio Vision on Cox Cable Channel 18,
There you go.
YouTube, and Facebook.
Very good. Very good. Wow. You might have a second job as a liner announcer. That's what we used to call him. Or booth. And actually, in the old days of TV, they'd have a live person, and he was in a booth, and they called him the booth announcer.
That would be me.
And that's all he did. He did IDs, and sometimes he'd
You're
read
watching
commercials.
Papio Vision.
That's right.
Remember Laugh In? Yeah, the guy to laugh in?
Yeah, Gary Owens.
Welcome to Martin and Lauren.
Yeah, Gary Owens.
Gary Owens.
Here,
Goldie
see this
Hawn
guy.
was on that show.
Yeah, she started. That's right. She was one of the Go-Go girls. And they used to paint the flowers on her and stuff.
Come on, Michael. Keep up with those cars.
I'm doing my best.
Miniature reps of two cars we've seen already, the 57 Chevy. And right behind them is the Corvette Club. And I guess the Corvette has always been my dream car. I never was able to get one. I did own a Z28 Camaro one time, but it cost me re-enlisting in the Navy to be able to pay for it. So,
I've always wanted to sit higher than that.
yeah.
Like my whole life. Like when they came up with, who wants to drive the Deuce and a Half? I was like, me? I'll drive the Deuce and a Half. I want to be as high off the ground as possible.
But you know what gets me? You and I, it was before our time, but I wish they had the Humvee when I was on it. Oh man, I had the good old Willys Jeep, you know. But man,
We had in the Army, we had a Deuce and a Half and the 5-ton.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And those are great vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't sit in any of those cars.
I can't either.
Yeah.
No. You don't have those long legs. That's your problem, yeah.
See, I got spoiled when I had a GMC Jimmy, then I got a Blazer, and I got spoiled. I like sitting up high.
I had a Blazer too. That
Yeah.
was my first car.
You're a kid. compared to and I mean Michael's young compared to me, so
Those new Corvettes are sweet, though.
yeah, they have a very futuristic look,
Yeah.
and they look powerful. Just the way the back is in there, it's awesome. Of course, they got that.
Oh, there you go.
That fabled Chevy
All right.
350 V8.
That is fancy.
Wow.
It reminds me of the McLaren.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hardtop convertible too. I didn't realize that. Wow,
Isn't that
nice.
cool?
Yeah, I know the Vet. If I could, my favorite Vet though was the '72 Vet, and I wanted it blue sparkle, and with a white interior. So
We drove down the Pacific Coast Highway in a Stingray, and I swear my feet were on fire because the fiberglass doesn't insulate at all, and the road was so hot.
right. Well, they made changes over the years as well. Whoa.
I got it.
Easy, Michael.
Michael's too busy doing his hip hop thing.
Hip hop. That's the classic rock and roll.
No, I know, but your voice, you're kind of like.
I made it hip hop.
There you go.
I actually did. I performed Proud Mary in a Tina Turner skirt
Oh,
for charity
jeez. Oh.
about 10 years ago. Makeup, wig, everything. Raising money for the Kidney Foundation.
Is there
full
video?
outfit.
Is there video of that?
There's some pictures online, but I scrubbed most of the video.
It's a good thing we're not controlled by the FCC because Michael would have us kicked off the air.
What are you talking
No,
about?
I think we are controlled by the FCC, so watch out.
No, but in all seriousness, that's awesome. That's
It was cool. It
that
was
you would
awesome.
do-
Yeah, they asked me to do it, and I was like, sure. I said, I'm not shaving my mustache. though.
No,
Didn't do that.
we're continuing to see more classic cars. There's that Camaro SS, a
That is
Super
a
Sport.
beautiful
yeah,
vehicle.
in
Beautiful
black. Of course, it's got to be black with the white racing stripes.
Later today, that vehicle will be over at Grace Baptist Church for the car show.
What time does that start?
4 o'clock.
4
4 o'clock is the car show at Grace Baptist Church. Come on out. It benefits moving veterans forward as well.
Yes, and I know this is history, but last year Ron Hernandez hired our band to play that car show.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
Those guys are great. The Mobile Nobles. If I don't ever remember anything about the Shriners in a parade, I will remember the Mobile Nobles.
Okay, here come the people that like to cause trouble.
Oh,
no.
boy, Keystone
Oh,
Cops.
here they go. They're causing trouble.
This is where I go. Say, no, not us.
Not the
us.
equipment.
Yeah,
not
Not
the
the
equipment.
equipment.
Not the equipment.
Not the expensive stuff.
They're asking the guy in the Tangier racing car from Candy, and he's like, I can't fit Candy in this car. Where am I gonna put it? They're like, give me some candy. Like, I don't got a candy. And then they got people in jail.
Oh, they've had that for years. I've always. What would make that more authentic is if they had fleet sailors inside the bars, because that's. Yeah.
Fleet Week in New York City.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No, don't. Thank you.
Thank you.
By chasing
Thank
the
you very
police.
much.
And these are the big wheels.
Now, these guys, they just have fun. They just
do.
get out and
They
they
have
have
a good
fun,
time,
no
yeah.
matter what they're driving, and it's just.
Oh, big wheels. Big wheels make us happy.
Well, you could. You could do your Tina Turner song with this. Big wheels keep on turning. That's right.
Proud Mary, keep on burning.
It's funny you would bring that up because our band plays that song, and guess who has Ike's part?
Did you hit her during the part? What do you mean you have her his part?
I have Ike's part.
Oh, Ike's part. Okay.
Rolling. And I can't hit the note he hits.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
They said, you're doing it. So, all right.
R.I.P. Tina, by the way. Lost her last month.
Some tricycle driftage.
Jeez. Can you
That's
imagine?
amazing.
That's crazy, man.
I would certainly hurt myself.
Yeah. Or someone else.
Probably. Hopefully.
Most likely someone else with your driving skills.
Yeah, baby. Hey, the only one that's wrecked the car here that works for the city is Tori.
That was amazing. And I'm doing like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah.
And then I get the car and somebody, what'd you do? What'd you do? It's like walking into a bathroom after somebody. I didn't do anything.
It wasn't me.
It was not me. I should have had you sign it before you left.
Yeah,
there was so the story is there was ice on the road and Tori slid into a pole.
Yeah,
it wasn't his fault.
And what got me was I
was driving.
The Chamber of Commerce, the Sarpy Chamber Leadership Program had me go speak to a group about being a veteran.
Yeah.
And I'm going into the golf club down at Bellevue, and they've got like a little incline. And all of a sudden, I start to spin. It's a good thing I was doing 5 miles an hour, but I did. I slammed into a brick abutment, and it was just awful.
Debbie Kipley on Facebook said she is watching from Malawi, Africa.
Oh, my goodness.
Debbie's over there?
Yeah, wow. Congratulations to her.
Yeah.
That was Tommy's Car Wash, by the way. I got to give a shout out. My godson actually is a manager or assistant manager of one of the Tommy Car Washes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Jalen.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
When they opened the one up here in Papillion, the guy in charge was from Davenport, Nebraska.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah,
he was a old high school, not classmate of me. He was a few classes ahead of me.
That's what I was going to say. That's your area.
One of America's greatest swimmers, Riley Gaines, coming on August 27th.
Yeah, she's definitely world class. Riley Gaines.
doubt.
She's got more. She's got
more gold than you got teeth.
Good. That's right.
Fairy Tale Omaha. What is this?
This is.
It's Captain America.
Yeah.
He heard you.
Well, I'm loud. That's awesome.
Fairy Tale Omaha, of course, they help to continue the wonderful world of fairy tales. I'm serious.
They
man.
do birthday parties and stuff?
Yeah, and I think we've kind of lost that in our culture, and we
yeah.
need to get some of that back just a little
that.
bit. This is a Little Rays of Sunshine Preschool, where your child's true colors can shine. Located in the Walnut Creek Hills neighborhood, Little Rays of Sunshine Preschool provides social, emotional, and academic learning for 3 to 5-year-olds in a small in-home setting. And they say to us, we are looking forward to serving you, the Papillion community, starting this fall.
Hey, that's my former neighbor, Nathan.
And why is
driving the truck?
Why is he the former neighbor?
Right, exactly.
He was living next to somebody, and he's like, I got to get out of here.
Midwest Dance. Papillion is Papillion's dance studio, and they offer dances for ages 2 to 18. You can join them this summer for classes and camps, and they're also currently enrolling for the fall, so make sure you get the Midwest Dance joined in on the fun.
And then you have the former Nebraska athletic director.
Where? Ouch. Okay.
Bill Moose. Come on, people. Keep up. Let's go. Come on.
Boy.
You got the wrong moose.
Come on, man.
You got the wrong moose.
Come on, man.
Oh man, you got me, Mike. Because I'm looking for who is here? Oh man,
Whether you're Bill Byrne or
Yeah,
Bill
Bill
Moose
Byrne.
or Steve Peterson, it wouldn't be good.
This is what I love about Papillion, though, is like you say, when you see, hey, there's my former neighbor going by.
Right,
There's
no, you're
so
right.
many
You're
faces,
right.
so many familiar faces and
You're
names. Hey, that's my former teammate. Hey, Rashad. That's my former teammate from college at Dana.
And he's part of the Orange Theory Fitness in Papillion.
There you go.
Right behind them is Team Sarpy. It's a coalition of conservatives and patriots, liberty-minded citizens who want to restore and protect the good life in Sarpy County. They seek to advance conservative ideals in Sarpy County through civic engagement. Further, they hope to establish Sarpy County as a bastion of liberty where families can live a safe, prosperous, quiet, and peaceable life. Behind them is Teamwork Sports. And Teamwork Sports, of course, register for the fall season ahead. Flag football, soccer, and baseball for kids ages 3 to 12 with an emphasis on fun and sportsmanship. I'd like to read that, fun and sportsmanship. Register now at teamworksportany.com.
You know good and well those don't go together.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No,
Youth sports. Can we have fun? No.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Prince got him running, doing laps and
Get on the
running
line,
stairs
guys.
and
That's right.
Actually, I am a fun coach. I'm not a big fan of lines. I want them to run with a basketball doing something. Something practical.
I just remembered we hated we'd hear the coach and that's it, sprints toward the clock. And we'd be in the gym and we had to run sprints toward the clock on the wall. I hated that.
My thing is layup laps.
Oh, man.
I like to make kids do layup laps. You're dribbling,
Yeah.
making a layup, you're
Makes
doing
sense.
something.
Yeah.
The Omaha Scooter Club.
I saw this one on the list. I was really interested in seeing what they look like.
Ciao.
There's
ciao.
somebody. Yeah, there's
Ciao.
somebody riding a. There's somebody riding a scooter and a tutu.
Ciao.
There you go, Michael. See, you get your.
See, when you go over to Paris, that's all you see.
Yeah. Oh,
Those
no, you're right.
Vespas
You're
are
right.
everywhere.
Yeah. Well, Italy too, because that's where they
were
started.
made. Yeah.
Yep.
They're everywhere, though.
But
Like
they're-
we have these scooters and we have, the bicycles.
Right.
They have those. You just grab them and rent
Yeah.
them and just
Yeah.
go off.
They actually in Italy, what they do is they actually put a little cab around some of them and a small flatbed, and so you actually
pull
it's
people
almost like yeah, or you can put your stuff on.
Oh,
it,
that's awesome. Yeah,
and
that's a
they'll
good idea.
have. They'll have like the people are selling fish or some kind of product downtown, and they're on the back of those scooters because they put the flatbed on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Let's go to Europe. What do you say?
Yeah. Yeah, I spent 4 years in Italy. I saw all that stuff
Italy.
downtown. Yeah, in Italy.
One of my favorite lines from the movie Stripes. Welcome to Italy.
Welcome to Italy. Do we?
Just in time.
Hey, it's the mayor.
Special guest, Mayor Black.
He's drinking. Well,
he took
I
your
gotta
drink.
I gotta give him credit.
You know we're post-COVID now.
That's awesome.
It gives me great pleasure at this time, and I know I joke a lot about him when, like last night at the dinner, and when I see him, I'm always busting his chops. I'm telling you what, folks, you couldn't have a better mayor than the mayor who just sat to my right, Mayor David Black. Not even a Papillion native, and I say that lovingly. He grew up in the town just north of here, Ralston, but he has embraced Papillion. And I'll tell you what, man, as a mayor, you couldn't ask for a better guy. Mayor, thanks for joining us at the table. And
I left Ralston behind. I don't even know where it's at. Someone said they have a little parade, but I don't know where it is anymore.
I got to tell you, this has been going on 76 years. We've always had great community support and participation, but since you've been mayor, so many things have happened, and I know you downplay it, and you like to say, oh, it's a sign of the times, and without this person, without this group, we couldn't do it. But without your leadership and your foresight, none of this would happen. I mean, when you became mayor, was that your first thought? How can we grow? Or, I mean, I don't know what went through your mind when you found out you're going to be the mayor of Papillion.
He went, what?
Don't-
I was the voter? I voted the mayor?
That's exactly what it was. And then
What?
it was like, don't screw it up.
Well, Dave, of course, has been mayor since 05. I want to say 05, 06. You'd think I'd know the exact
Yeah,
date.
taking over that midnight. You remember that? You got to remember that day.
Yeah,
I remember that night. I was out here live with Channel 7.
Yeah. And but I know you say don't screw it up, and I understand your thought process there about, oh no, but did it really feel that overwhelming, or were you really ready to go and hit this thing?
Well, people remember how I got into office.
Right? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we can't tiptoe.
Previous
around
mayor
that.
resigned, and so I literally woke up to a phone call, good morning, you're the mayor. So you
Right.
didn't have a lot of time to think about it.
Right.
And in that sense, I didn't even plan to run. And so it just kind of handed to you. And so in the beginning, it's like, I wasn't looking for it. I didn't have time to think about it. So I'll tell you the truth, I didn't even understand it. So at that point, I think my biggest thing was just realizing Papillion is a unique and special place. And I joke about don't screw it up. But that was really the mantra in my head for about 4 months while I was trying to learn and understand of just don't screw it up. And where that led to was trust the people, trust the organizations, and don't intervene. And then that gave me time to learn and appreciate and then figure out where I can have my influence. So I joke about don't screw it up, but that really was in my head for quite a while of realizing there is so many good things going on. Just appreciate them.
Well, I will share this with our audience. I remember when you became mayor, and I'm in my Papillion office, and you're right, things were a little chaotic for us at City Hall because we're doing an unexpected transition or whatever. Well, the mayor walks into my office, and he closes the door, and I'm like, uh-oh, what happened? And he sits down, he looks at me, he says, look, we hired you for a specific purpose. We know you can do the job. Do your job. And then he said this to me, and I know I'm not the only one he told this to, but he said it to me. He goes, if I get in your way or mess up things, tell me. And I had never, through my entire professional life, and that includes being in the Navy, no one had ever told me that.
Well, the problem is you always worked with professionals, and then you had me, and I didn't know what I was doing, so it's just like, leave everybody alone.
And you were coachable because I had to teach you how to learn to read off a teleprompter and look into a camera and do all that stuff. And I remember keeping the very first one you did on tape because we were still using tape then. And then the last one you did when I worked here, it was like night and day. But you were that good, that fast. So being able to work for a guy like Dave Black really helped the city, and it was just like a domino effect. We all felt so good about
dogs
what
can
we
be
were
trained
doing.
as long as you feed them regular treats.
And
it's
was
all
me.
behavioral stuff.
That's why my office was right behind the break room, because the vending machines were.
I told this to Rob Gotch. His whole career led him to being the fire chief here in Papillion. Everything he ever did. Basically, the same thing's true for you, I agree. That's all the stuff that you've learned, I mean, being in the business world, changing jobs in the middle of your life, and then, of course, getting on the planning commission taught you a lot about what the city was going to be. And then city council to mayor, it just made sense. You love the military, which is incredibly important here, and you love the people. And that's what being a mayor is all about.
Did you always want to be in public service, or
No.
did that just kind of happen? Or?
No, it just happened. I never looked for it, never desired it, never saw myself as a leader, natural introvert. So I had to be thrown into it to do it.
Yeah. So what is some of your?
Which is another reason I think I appreciate the people in the organizations, because I'm fundamentally lazy. So if I have to come up with all the ideas and do the work, then it falls on me. I like what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing.
So with all the, I know you can't just pick one thing, but of all the stuff that you've done, what are some of the things that stand out to you that have been accomplished in Papillion over the years? What are some of the things that stand out to you that you've been able to accomplish?
Well, you know, what's going by us right now is the Pack Band. Ken Moser's up there. We've been doing some work recently with some of the arts organizations around culture and arts. And growing up, I don't think I appreciated art and culture type things. I'm not a musical person. But coming into it, I've really come to appreciate the important role of arts and culture in the community and quality of life. And we've been working with about 4 to 5 different organizations that have historically worked collaboratively, and we're building a partnership, kind of a public-private partnership to hopefully unlock some grant money and let us take culture and arts to another level. I'm hoping this fall you'll start seeing some of that come about. So
Next couple of years, so much happening. We're going to have the Sarpy County Museum here, Papillion right there on 370. The Nebraska Vietnam's Veterans Memorial will be done. We're going to have another VA clinic here. I mean, there's just so much that's happening in Papillion. And just in the next couple of years, it's going to look a lot different, but for the good.
Yeah, and when I got in, we realized the explosive growth we were having. And you said in a couple of years it's going to look a lot different. Well, you go back every couple of years and it looks very different. And that's, I think, been the biggest thing is you look at what's happening today, the crowds, the downtown, which is our 1870s railroad core, happy families. It's just small town feel. But with all that growth, we could be the 3rd largest city in Nebraska. So
yeah, that's
really been talking a lot about what you see today, what you saw yesterday, what you see with the Winter Wonderland. That really is the soul of the community. Right. So however big we get, however we change, don't change this. This is the soul.
Well, and a good example of that, Trent and I were talking about an event like this or living in a town like Papillion. You come to something like that, you're invariably going to see some kind of connection with you or the area. Well, the Pack Band just went by, and the snare drummer in the Pack Band is Taylor Barada's mother, and Taylor is admin for the city of Papillion. And that's a great example about what you're talking about. And
then from the big thing, Michael was mentioning some of the vet-related stuff. That's probably, if you look back over a long period and say, what are you most proud of? I think it is the way we support our veterans. We always have, but it's gone to another level. The Omaha National Cemetery is part of the VA system like Arlington Cemetery.
Right.
That's in Papillion. He mentioned a VA Community Living Center. That's new in the region. The closest one was in Grand Island. So if you're a vulnerable veteran and you need some little bit of long-term care, maybe you need to be weaned off of something in the hospital, that's what the Community Living Center is for, and that's in Papillion. They just announced a new state-of-the-art VA clinic in Papillion, so the partnership with the VA has been critical. But our Veterans Park, if people have not been down to our Veterans Park, and if they're not oriented, just go down to the bridge or the Dairy Queen and go behind there by Fricky Field, and it is amazing what you will discover back there, especially go at night when it's lit up. That's had an incremental enhancement. But then you talk about community. That we probably have about a $3.5 million investment in that park. If somebody comes and says, let's build a $3.5 million Veterans Park, we'd say, we can't do that. It's too big. That project started with the Women's Garden Club, which I joke is about 5 ladies. They wanted to plant some flowers to pretty up a corner of a park. And that's literally how that started. Can we plant some flowers to make it prettier? Another group comes along, the Junior Women's Club. Can we put a flag in the middle of the flowers? Somebody else says, can we put a nice planter around it? And it was those organic community things that just kept evolving. People work together and wake up 10 years later. We got Veterans Park.
Yeah, and it's a great place.
And now because of that and the partnerships with the foundation, we have the ability now to have to be the host city for the Nebraska Vietnam Veterans Memorial, which is about a $7.5 million project. Nebraska is about the only state in the nation that does not have a dedicated Vietnam Veterans Memorial. And cross our fingers, we're hoping March 29th of next year we'll have the grand opening. It's Vietnam Veterans Memorial Day.
Well, I remember when that project first began, and I was fortunate to be.
Oh, I'm going to interrupt you. Susicle's going
Oh,
by.
yeah, Susicle.
The Papillion La Vista Community Theater has been going on for about 11, 12 years at Sumter Amphitheater. Wonderful, wonderful professional productions. They're doing Susicle this year. And again, I talked about taking arts and culture to another level. The Papillion Community Theater, which puts that on as part of that conversation.
One of my last years here, they did an incredible play called Spelling Bee, and it was a parody of a high school level spelling bee, and the people in that play were so spot on. It was really, really perfect.
Well, the theater's coming up July 14th. It's going to run for 2 weekends. People can go online and get tickets, and it's a great, great event.
And it's not. I'm going to say it's PG.
It is.
It's not for little kids because it says Susicle on it.
Right.
It's not Dr. Seuss. It's the next level Dr. Seuss,
Right.
just so you know.
And going by is the Papillion La Vista High School class of 1983, 40-year reunion. Man,
wow!
Hey, think about that. Oh, Trent wasn't even born yet in 1983. So oh man! But that the Vietnam
Veterans
Memorial was. I remember when they first started, and God rest his soul, Howard Ball was the lead point guy on that for marketing. And we were talking. He called me one day, and he was all so excited. They found a helicopter.
Yeah.
And he was so excited about that. And
the tie to the helicopter, right?
Bennington, Vermont to Bennington, Nebraska.
That's pretty cool.
They found it in Bennington, Vermont, and shipped it to Bennington, Nebraska. But Howard was so excited.
And there's a lot of neat stories about that, back to community, how it got restored, who got involved. But then I think the best story is there was an article in a National Vietnam magazine, and then it mentioned the tail number, and some guy in California recognizes the tail number, and he's the original crew member. And then he said, can I come up and see it? And we didn't know. He made contact with all the other original crew. So we had the original crew of that helicopter having their 50th or 53rd reunion.
That's
and
awesome.
As far as they knew, that helicopter had been pushed off the side of a ship after Saigon. And then to wake up and find out it's been restored and be part of a memorial, it was pretty emotional.
Yeah, that's Craig Fouts, who I keep in touch with, and he can't wait to come up here for the grand opening of that. It's going to be amazing.
But that's, So when you look at the growth over the years that Papillion's been involved in, and you're right, we've still been able to keep that small town feel because
people are watching this online, and we got real serious about this. It is a production. We got true professionals, Michael Severe and Tori Pentalion and Trent Albers putting this on. It's grown every year. We've invested in some technology to do it. Back to community. There are people that grew up with this as a tradition. Now is the age they might be in one of our senior centers in a nursing home.
You're right.
And they think of Papillion Days that can't be there. We have some nursing homes now that will broadcast this on their large screen, and those people that grew up with it can still attend Papillion Days by watching it online. And then to let you know, last night it was the fireworks was broadcast. Just walking back the parade line, Michael had joking last night about I had torn my MCL. Walking back here, I literally had 4 different people ask me how my knee was. So people watch the live stream.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. The very first year it went live was on Cox Cable. And now with the technology, we're able to go on to YouTube and Facebook. And there are people literally around the world who watch Papillion Days because we've gotten responses from them. And we get them live real time, too, because Trent was just on Facebook, and there were people who are making their comments. So, yeah, it's a tremendous event, and it's a real big thing in it, and it's a big weekend because for the Omaha area, it's College World Series time.
Yep.
So we have all these people from around the country. Sunday is Father's Day every year.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things going on, and yet Papillion Days survives and is a front runner. And I mean, for some families, Papillion Days has been part of Father's Day.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people, if their team isn't playing in the college, they're playing a game that day, they come down to Papillion Days, because I remember talking to people from all the different states that come here to follow the College World Series. So
Speaking of great history and traditions with Papillion Days, people like the talked about earlier, Tori came back. Tori was with the city for a number of years, came back, joins us, does his production. Yeah. But I don't know if you shared it. Michael's leaving us.
Yes.
He's been with us a few years. We've been really blessed with everything he's done from a communication standpoint. He has a wonderful opportunity. He's been volunteer for a not-for-profit for about 12 years.
Yep.
With Johnny Rogers, raising funds for kids to get into the trades and something like that. It's a wonderful mission. They want to expand that, and so they're hiring their first person. So he had a great opportunity to become their executive director. So sad for us, really excited for Michael and for the Johnny Rogers Foundation. So to have this Papillion Days with Michael and Tori, that's a pretty big deal for us. We're going to keep this. We'll keep this recording in our legacy files.
Jeez. Wow. How come you never said this stuff when I worked here?
Because you were on the payroll then.
Oh, okay. Nah, but I'm happy for Michael too. When I found out he was going to be replacing me, I thought, wow, boy, they're going to find out just how bad I am. But we kind of have the same history. We worked at the same ABC affiliate in town. We covered sports. I mean, it's just
we did beef games together.
Yeah, that's right. We actually did Omaha beef game.
And the beef just went by in the parade.
Yeah, I mean, so Mike and I have a connected history, and but I am happy for him. Yeah, I'm sad that he's leaving Papio Vision, but couldn't have picked a better guy for the foundation, Michael.
Well, maybe he'll follow your footsteps. We'll recruit him back to help MC the parade every year.
I could do that. All right, Mayor, thanks a lot for everything. Good talking to you. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thanks, Mayor.
All right, Cane's chicken fingers just went by. Cane's is if you
Raising Cane's.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
You're supposed to say, "Did you miss me while I was gone?" I know you don't want to hear the answer.
I know
so
the
you
answer.
didn't, yeah. But Raising Cane's, if you haven't tried that place, I know I'm doing a commercial for a business, but you got to try that place.
Kids love it.
Yeah.
Bellevue University, which was founded originally for retired veterans, a chance to go to college. So not only is it one of those places where you can go get a degree, but they also do a lot of things for veterans. And they were part of the groundbreaking when we had the Nebraska Vietnam Veterans Memorial as well.
Well, and they also understand the needs of a veteran. So in a college like that, an atmosphere, it's a whole different world.
Sure.
And for them to be able to set up the situation like that, that's really awesome. But as they say, once a Bruin, always a Bruin. They really had good basketball and good baseball.
Baseball, man, made a run.
Yeah.
National, yeah. I had a good friend of mine who I met in New Mexico and told him I was moving to Omaha, and he's like, I went to college at Bellevue University. I was like, what is Bellevue University at that time? And obviously found out about it. He played baseball here.
I remember DJ Burks was the baseball coach for a while, and he had a fundraiser, and the baseball team actually played 100 innings against different organizations. And this is when I was at Channel 7. They got all of us guys, and we're playing. Dave Weber can hit a baseball.
Yeah,
Dave Weber's a baseball player.
Could.
Yes, yeah, could.
Dave can't walk stairs.
Yeah, I know. He's having trouble. But
just playing.
I was still young enough now. I was still young enough then, so I was – because I thought I was going to play baseball for a living. So
right, sure.
So JD told me, he goes, geez, Tori, I didn't know you could hit like that. I said, well, I wish I could have hit better. But they had the 100-inning fundraiser,
awesome. Yeah.
And it was great. And, of course, like you said, their baseball program is known nationally, so there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. A small college in the metro area.
Here's that little basketball camp that Trent was telling us about earlier.
Yeah, the AEF Academy. AEF Academy.
And my kids were shooting on that Papa shot Thursday night.
And if for those of you who don't know, AEF stands for Attitude, Effort, and Focus.
Nice.
Which Trent has none of. So
Well played, well played.
And these three values are instilled in AEF athletes to not only make them impact players on the court, which obviously we know is important, but it also gives them skills to become impact players in their communities, once their gym shoes come off. And, of course, that's what we need. We need good community members. So AEF, check them out at aefacademy.com.
The only thing that's missing from the pillars of sportsmanship is T. Toughness.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Trent.
Well,
Wow.
that's a trend, yeah. But toughness is missing there.
Yeah, and in a positive way. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
we got
yeah.
the trash talkers. We got
Oh,
the
no.
guys who like they're gangsters or whatever.
I had a conversation with a guy who's a 43-year head coach at Mayville State in
Oh.
North Dakota.
Yeah, okay.
And he said, listen, you can come here and play. You better be tough.
Yeah.
You come to North Dakota to play
oh,
baseball.
yeah.
You better be tough.
Well, we used to tease the head coach at North Dakota State, the baseball coach. He said, how do you have a program that's 3 days long?
I know exactly.
like baseball.
They're practicing inside all the time.
Yeah. But here comes the man, Chris Goley. You can't see him in the camera shot, but Chris Goley's coming across the street.
Get a shot of that guy.
He's
Congratulations
awesome.
to Chris.
Yeah.
21
there
years.
There he is. 21 years. Canine officer, doing all the good stuff.
Military guy.
Yep.
Was a Korean translator.
Yes,
which
he
is pretty
went
awesome.
to the
Yeah,
defense
everything.
language school.
Yeah.
He's like, he knows we're talking
We're
about
talking
him.
about
so
it, so he's
like,
running.
I am
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm out.
I'm calling him over because he's been a good friend the whole time I worked here. Hey, man, good luck to you. Good luck to you, brother. My buddy Joe says hello.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Joe, for the people listening, Joe went to the same military language school that Chris went to, and they've met each other and they know. But love your brother.
Thanks, Goalie, for everything.
But, he did. He speaks fluent Korean and learned that language.
Last year, he was the American Legion Police Officer of the Year
Yes.
in 2001.
Yeah. See how much you miss when you leave a place. You think you stay in touch with everything, and you know all
It was
that
one of the
stuff.
first stories. It was one of the first stories I did when I joined Papillion.
Ah.
Yeah. Still trying to figure out Premiere Pro.
See, I thought you edited with that before.
Nah, that wasn't in existence when I left Channel 7.
Oh,
We were
okay.
just starting with Avid,
Oh man.
and Final Cut was just coming into colleges.
Well, Final Cut is just the Apple version
of it, yeah.
of Premiere Pro.
Yeah,
But now
no.
they make a Premiere Pro. They have for years for Apple.
They
but,
needed to because that was Final Cut was
Yeah.
not.
We're talking about editing
There is
software.
There's a
folks.
lady on the Facebook live stream who says, you guys need to talk about the parade more.
I'm blaming the mayor for that.
Troop 464.
That's right, from
Out
the
of Bellevue.
Wagon Wheel District. And, of course, the Boy Scouts are real big in this area. Of course, the Scout Cabin celebrated, its 100th anniversary a couple of years ago downtown at City Park, and they refurbished it. I remember they actually moved it off its foundation.
That's incredible.
And then they moved it back.
That was Troop 60.
Yes.
That did that.
That's right.
Yep.
And they're real big in this area. But 464, of course, out of Bellevue.
We just had a young man from Troop 60 build a Gaga ball pit. Yeah.
Okay.
As part of his Eagle Scout project.
So,
Man.
new sport for kids.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was either.
It's like mini dodgeball.
It's like dodgeball with walls.
Oh, wow.
It's like arena dodgeball.
Arena dodgeball.
That's a good comparison.
That sounds like a movie Arnold Schwarzenegger would be in arena dodgeball.
In the future.
But Troop 461, as I said, they're out of Bellevue, and
The 461 out of Papillion. The one before that was.
464 is
yeah.
out of Bellevue. 461 in Papillion.
Because that
Thanks,
woman
Michael.
that's on Facebook will be yelling at you right now. For
Yeah,
giving
well,
her
she's
Papillion.
already yelling because I'm talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. So. But you figure how long the Boy Scouts have been around.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and
It's
the work
incredible.
they've done in this
Millions
city.
and millions and millions of young men
Yeah.
have learned how to become men by going through the Boy Scouts. Well, we blow Cub Scouts, we blow
Right.
Boy Scout,
Are
Eagle
you
Scout.
are you an Eagle Scout?
No, I never got there.
Yeah, I never made that. We blow as far as I got.
I got to first class, but
I'm an Eagle Scout.
well, that's nothing wrong. That's great. I wish I
wrong with
could have.
Yeah,
No,
I
it was,
moved- I had to
it was a
leave.
great experience.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. You meet a ton of great people, make a lot of great friends,
Well, the
and they
other-
put you through some experiences
Yeah.
that are very memorable.
Definitely.
I mean, I for the other day I was going through stuff and I found my Order of the Arrow sash.
Oh, I was
And-
in Order of the Arrow,
Yeah,
too.
but I can't even get it around my shoulder, let alone around my body.
Now it's a Order of the Arrow
patch.
Necklace.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is
I don't
now?
know.
Because I know they gave us that
He
big,
meant on you.
big sash.
He meant it's on you.
Oh, on me, if yeah. I can get around my neck maybe. But
Look at that. That's a classic walking stick. That's the best.
Oh, I
had
Yeah.
a drill at Knox that had that same stick. It was the best. You heard that stick, you knew, uh-oh, we're getting ready to start going again.
well, I had a neighbor who actually would hand carve those.
Oh,
And-
really?
And when Bob Carey was governor, he saw my friend walking with one at some event, and he goes, "Where'd you get that?" "Oh, I made it." "Will you make one for me?" So my
that's awesome.
buddy hand carved a walking stick for Bob
Nice.
Carey.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep. But yeah, you're right. When you're in the military, there's certain signs you hear, uh-oh.
Here we go.
But the Wagon Wheel District here in, especially in the Omaha area, well known. It's got its big building up there at about 120th and Maple, and that would be on the southwest corner of the intersection, I believe. Going by right now, Troop 463s. They've listed all their Eagle Scouts
That's awesome.
on this trailer.
The Eagle's Nest.
That's
cool.
That is pretty awesome. Nothing wrong with that. A lot
I
of
think per
scouts.
capita, Papillion has more Eagle Scouts than anywhere else. It
Oh,
feels
probably.
like that.
And this is Trent. You remember the scout sign?
Oh, yeah.
The three fingers
Oh, yeah.
together. Nobody's looking, and we're all doing it. Nobody's looking. Oh well.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, I only made it to
That's
Weeblos.
That's
Yeah.
what we always said in my hometown was that we had the most Boy Scouts
Per capita?
but we also had 300 people.
People,
so
that's true.
Really, you know.
Yeah,
there
but,
was 6 people. You'd have
but
more.
that's factual, though.
You have,
can't
you have
lie.
60 Eagle Scouts, and yeah.
American National Bank, ladies and gentlemen, with their infamous blue and white. They got that pickup.
They're not just famous; they're infamous.
Infamous, yeah, infamous.
Three Amigos,
Three-
baby. Come
I know,
on.
I was
Three
gonna say,
Amigos.
Three
Trent
Amigos.
always- he's so young sometimes.
No, I get it.
I was talking to
Oh, Trent, yeah.
Oh, there's my friend,
another friend.
Allison.
Hello, Allison.
On the back of the. Yeah, see? There she is. She knows my name when I go in there. She's like, I know you don't have much money,
Yeah,
but how much you need?
she knows you because you owe her money. That's
Probably.
the reason why. Yeah, when you
Not famous. He's infamous. Dance Dynamics.
mount up. That means get on your horses. Anyway, let's get back to the parade, shall we?
You are watching Papillion Vision, Cox Channel 18, also streaming on YouTube and Facebook with Tori Pantaleon, Michael Severe, and Trent Albers. There you go. There's your station identification.
Oh, here comes the band. It comes south.
Dance Dynamics is going by. They're a very colorful group, and of course, that's another thing we have a lot of: dentists and dance studios.
We do have a lot of those things. And don't forget banks and credit unions.
That's right.
Look at that. Boomer, one of my favorite radio stations because I love the oldies.
And I have worked with everybody that's on this
I bet.
on this list.
Dave
There's
Wingy.
Wingy.
Wingy has survived so many things
The-
over the years.
The thing about Wingy, though, is every time I go up and say hi, he never remembers who I am.
Wingy doesn't remember who you are?
Yeah.
Hey, Wingy. See, he remembers
see,
you.
he remembers
See
you
that
right there.
Right there. See?
He and Chuck Yates and Jack Swanda, we all worked together at one time.
You know what he's saying to himself right now?
Who is that
Who
guy?
is that guy?
Wingy knows me because we go to the same church and we shop at the same grocery store.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
See Wingy all the time.
But Swanda and I worked. I worked at KFAB. He was
Sure.
at KGOR. I was at 1490 Keds, and Chuck Yates was at Z92. And then Wingy and I have worked out. I mean, you just name a frequency, we've probably been there.
Oh, yeah.
And the grand finale.
But Boomin' Radio, boy, that's a great station. And here comes Papillion La Vista South. First, they're led by the cheer team, of course. All three teams cheering freshman, JV, and varsity for all the football games. And then the dance team follows them. And they won first place at the 2023 UDA Regionals. They finished in the top 15 at the UDA Nationals. And now it's the Titan Marching Band. Well, the Titan Marching Band has several awards over the last several years. They finished third in the Bands of America Iowa Regional Competition in 21. Also in 21, they were the NSBA State Marching Band Grand Champions. They placed second at the 2022 NSBA State Marching Band Champs. In addition to the marching band, excuse me, the Titan Band program has 2 concert bands, 2 jazz bands, a pep band, 3 winter guards, a winter winds ensemble, and a winter percussion ensemble.
And they have perhaps the greatest show band in all of Nebraska.
I'll tell you what, they are
win
fun
first
to watch.
places all the time.
And I'm going to be very biased because I was in the drum line. And as I tell the blues band I play in, without drummers, you're nothing but a folk band. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Who doesn't love a funk band?
Yeah.
No, he said folk.
I'm just joking.
Folk band.
You're nothing but a folk band.
I was saying funk. I'm joking.
Yeah, you're right. But we get it, Michael. We
Sorry.
understand. So without a marching band, you couldn't have a marching band without a drum line because they keep the beat.
Yep.
So anyway, in all seriousness, though, you're right. We're lucky to have the 2 high schools we have in our town and the programs that they offer. And now the 76th parade is 76th Papillion Days continues, and the parade is now over.
It's over.
And
coming up today, as I mentioned, the carnival and the midway will be opening up at noon. You can go over there and ride your rides. 4 o'clock. You have the amazing car show that happens over at Grace Baptist Church.
Yeah, and then the Pac Band will be doing the end of Papillion Days concert tomorrow night out at Sumter. So, and that's a great Father's Day.
Go to the pancake breakfast before that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think Saturday's the best. It's great. Everybody's down here. Even if you don't want to wait in the lines in the carnival, just come down, enjoy the atmosphere. There's tons of other places that are doing stuff. The Legion's got something. The Polish Home has something. There's a number of other places that we probably don't even know that are doing.
And the weather's great, by the way.
Yeah.
The weather's great.
Well, but you know what else is good too? The downtown area, they support this.
Yes. Yep.
You know, it's not like, hey, well, you guys are jamming up the street for how they support this.
Oh, here comes Joe. Get a shot at Joe.
Yeah, we got to show this guy.
Joe has survived. Joe has survived Papillion Days.
This guy is the executive
Papillion
director
Days
for Papillion Community Foundation, and without him, a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen. And yeah, he's old enough to be out without a note from his mom. But as Michael
can't rent a
said,
car,
you
though.
can't rent a car yet.
Is that true? All right, Tori, take the show home.
Yeah, I think that's our cue, Michael.
Okay.
Michael, first of all, man, I'm real happy for you. Hopefully, we can maintain some connection.
Oh yeah,
over the
Tori, I'm
years,
not going. I'm not leaving the state or
No,
anything.
I know that,
I'll
but
be around.
you're
I'll be
going to
around.
be busy. And
I'll be
Trent,
around.
thanks for making.
Why don't you hop in here, Michael?
Yeah, come on,
you gotta
Michael.
hop
Give
in
him-
here
give him
on
the
this.
shot.
On the headset.
You can
Are you going to be able to get there?
Make it.
You get in there?
I can get over it.
Okay, these are the guys that are responsible for this mayhem. But Trent, I want to thank you for helping me feel relevant, man. It's
Good to
different-
have you back.
It's different being retired. And Michael, man, he's photobombing you.
It's always good.
So he's Michael, he's Trent, I'm Tori. This has been the Papillion Days Parade. To everybody watching this, no matter where you are, thanks a lot for joining us for the fun. All you dads, have a great Father's Day. And
Yes.
come on down to Papillion Days. Hope to see you here. Bye-bye for now.